Alright guys, most people got to play this weekend except for the Friday night game that got rained out of Torpy. Real shocker there, because Torpy is the best field in the world. But I know the standings aren't like updated unless you click on the team's name, so let's give a little quick rundown here. We got Invictus at 20-2. Congratulations, you guys have locked up the #1 seed. Unless by some weird chance you guys lose both games against Wolfpack. And then Hitman beats Kittens twice, and then you would lose the tiebreaker, but I don't see all that happening. So, congratulations to you guys. As it stands right now, Hitman is in second place with an 18-4 record. SWAT at 17-5. Channel 4 at 17-5. As you know, SWAT holds the tiebreaker over Channel 4 News. Kittens at 16-6. Shaw's at 13-9. And then the bottom teams. So, we can kind of talk playoffs right now because things are pretty much molded. The top 5 teams are the top 5 teams. Wild card is yet to be decided at this point, but it's pretty good there. So, like I said, we're going to Invictus. They have the Wolfpack this weekend, so they're going to finish off 22-2. Even if they finish by some miracle of a chance, they finish 21-3. They still will hold the first seed in the first round. Now it gets a little more interesting. Now Hitman were missing some key players this week, and I was also told that they'll be missing some key players next week. So a sweep is not out of the question for them. They could actually drop from 2 as far down as 4. Now if Hitman wins one game, I'm sorry. Let's go into this. Let's make it easier. SWAT and Channel 4 have very easy games this week. SWAT plays Legends, which isn't the easiest game, but the way I saw them play last week, they should sweep them. So let's just assume that SWAT and Channel 4 both sweep their respective teams next week. They finish off at 19-5. Again, Hitman at 18-4 holds the tiebreaker over SWAT, and they hold the tiebreaker over Channel 4 News. That being said, if Hitman wins one game, they lock up the 2 seed. If they win both games, doesn't really matter. If they lose both games, they actually drop from 2 to 5, because if they get swept, that means the Kittens have beat them twice, and then the Kittens and them have the exact same record, so the tiebreaker goes to the Kittens, so the Kittens would be 4 seeds, so they're still a 5 seed, so that really doesn't matter too much. Basically, they win one game, they lock up the 2 seed. They lose both games, they drop down to the 5 seed. So that's really the only real, out of the top 5, the weird things that could happen this week. Like I said, SWAT and Channel 4. SWAT holds the tiebreaker over Channel 4. So, I mean, the top 5 teams are there. It's just a matter of who's playing who in the bottom. That being said, Shaws have locked up, actually, the 6 seed. So they'll be playing the 3 seed, so we'll figure out who that is. Now, if you get down to the lower teams, 7 seed is still up for grabs, and like I said, 7 seed could be playing anyone from Hitmen to SWAT in the first round. So, who do you want to play, really? So, Legends are 9 and 11. They play SWAT and G-Men, so let's just assume that they split. They go 2-2. They finish off with 11-13. Wild got swept. They're at 8-12. They play Out of Shape and No Side, so let's assume they go 3-1. They also finish off at 11-3. But my records here, Wild hold the tiebreaker over Legends, so that one game that the Legends lost against Wolfpack, I said was going to come back and bite them in the butt, and it is going to bite them in the butt. So that 11-13 team is going to be in the wild card, while the Wild sneak in as a 7th seed. Now, No Side is at 9-11 also. Now, they play Shaws, which they should lose both games to them. And then they play Wild, which I have a split, which finishes them off at 10-14. At best, if they say, let's say they sweep everybody, or let's say they sweep Wild, because they finish 2-2, 11-13, which again, they don't hold any tiebreakers though. So, that being said, Legends, No Side, Gentlemen's Club, Wolfpack, wild card. Wild sneak in somehow into the 7th seed. As poorly they're playing, they sneak in. And Decepticons and Out of Shape miss the playoffs. So that's the rundown. So the only real factor that comes down to this weekend, the Kittens, who do we want to play in the first round? Do we want to play... Now, if we only win one game against Hitmen, we play Channel 4 News. If we win both games, we then play Hitmen. But we could play either team, because we're locked in the 4-5 seed. We play North Branch 2 with no fence. So who does it benefit us to play? Hitmen who can spray the ball all around? Or Channel 4 News with no fence? Really anything can happen then. So I don't know. I have been known to throw games at the last week. We've actually done it 4 years in a row. Granted, it hasn't really helped us in the playoffs, but we'll see. Well, that's all I have. Nothing on the back of the piece of paper. So, see you guys later.